Right. What you know about this though, chap? What you know about Kirk Franklin, boys, eh? Loaded up.
This first time playing Kirk Franklin on the pod.
Is it?
Yes.
Ever?
Yeah.
I know it's not.
It is.
It's not.
You never played Kirk Franklin on the pod.
No. Actually, no.
This was one that went off on the next day.
Boys. Kirk's a bloke.
This is crazy that you love Kirk Franklin.
Why?
Because it's like, it's gospel music.
Yeah, it's great though.
It's them.
I have a few gospel tunes to it.
I read it.
No, let's play.
Don't change it.
Boys, hit the hook though. Hit the hook. Boys.
That's gross. My favorite Kirk Franklin. I think it's better.
Parents is like your parents be there playing on the car, driving.
Bro, no, that tiny desk changed my life. I'm not even gonna lie.
Is he your favorite one, would you say?
Kirk Franklin?
Yeah.
My favorite gospel.
Is it your favorite tiny desk?
Oh, no. My favorite no, it's up there. It's up
Yeah?
there.
Okay.
My favorite tiny desk actually is Tyler, the Creator.
Oh,
nice.
bro.
Yeah. That's my favorite one.
We had a face-off.
We did.
And it was Anderson .Paak and Tyler in the
Oh,
final.
Anderson .Paak though.
Yeah,
Anderson
man.
.Paak is hard.
Anderson .Paak
Anderson .Paak was hard. And he was playing the drums as
At
well.
the
But
same time.
Tyler was playing the keys though. He was playing the
Yeah, they both kind of do their own playing
I
thing.
think Tyler's is insane.
Tyler was cool.
It's the colour, man. The way he has all
It's
self.
literally like these colors.
Yeah.
And man, those two singers, man,
Yeah,
they were insane.
We weren't saying that during the podcast now.
What?
We did say that.
So we had a whole battle
bro,
on like a whole bracket system. They were standing for Anderson .Paak.
Because
Which I agree.
performance.
Which is he's good, but I just thought the whole thing in general was I think Tyler just brought out a better set.
Do you know what it is with Tyler as well is that if it feels like he's not trying, it feels like he's making stuff up and he's doing
Yeah.
Even like with some of the synth riffs and everything was real cool. Nah, Tyler is the GOAT, man.
Tyler's not spoken about enough.
Tyler's up there.
Tyler's actually not spoken about enough.
No.
Really?
Like 32.
Huh?
For somehow I just found out he's 32.
32 years of age.
Yeah.
He's been around for time, bro. Man's been around for time, making Goblin and everything. Man's been around for years.
No, Goblin, he was 19.
Yeah,
bro.
he was
He's been in the game for 10 years plus.
That was,
in the game for
that was not 12 years ago.
Bro, 30, man. Yeah, man.
No way.
Yeah, think of All Future, all them man boys. That was years ago, bro.
Yeah, oldie and all, boys. That was back in the day, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Even like, what's your favorite? We used to be talking about. What's your favorite Tyler album project?
My favorite Tyler project, okay, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
It's controversial, right? It's controversial. But Cherry Bomb was up there for me. But it's controversial because that's like the most, that gets like bashed the most.
That's when
Is that the one he hates the most?
That's when he
That's
hates
the
the
one he hates
most.
the most.
I found that hard to enjoy, man, to be honest. And I love it.
Nah, well, right.
Find your wings, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Find your
But
wings.
I like Flower Boy too.
Flower Boy.
Flower Boy is sick, man.
So Nate's called me if you get lost because like
You're number one.
because like see
The new
Is that recency bias
Yeah.
though? Is that recency?
not for me because like I wasn't messing with Tyler like I didn't really like
So that's what
Goblin.
put you on.
Yeah. Oh no, what put me on was Igor.
Igor was cold.
And then I heard
Wrong.
the Tiny Death and then I went back and listened to Cherry Bomb
Yeah.
and Cherry Bomb and Flower Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Wolf as well.
Wolf,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wolf. Yeah, Wolf.
Wolf
Nah,
has
I
that
take my
song
answer back.
Answer.
Wolf for you, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I take back my answer.
Wolf has some classics, man.
Wolf
Answer, the song to his dad.
Nah, Tamale boys. Tamale.
Wait. Was Answer on Wolf and Tamale on Cherry Bomb? Or am I mixing this up?
Maybe.
I think they were both on Wolf.
Because at the end of Tamale.
Yeah.
Then I'm talking about Wolf then.
You're talking about Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because at the end of Tamale, he like in the video he had
It's
the
Answer.
answer in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the album I'm talking about. Then
I
not
need to
Cherry
go back and check that. What's the lead single off the Wolf album?
Ooh.
I'm inclined to say it was
There's,
Tamale.
yeah, I think it's there's
Possibly.
Tamale. There's also, oh man,
That's
there's Slater. There's Domo 23.
Yeah.
There's some
Domo
sick
23,
songs
I've heard
on
that
this,
one.
man.
That's a sick one.
But wait, he's an artist, right? Domo 23.
Domo Genesis.
Domo Genesis, yeah. Domo 23.
Underrated as that was.
Wolf's a good album, bro.
That's a good album.
But Call Me If You Get Lost, I just love the way it was packaged together. Again, I also love
the
that it's DJ drama. It's just nostalgic. But then it's again, I'm all about movies and cinema and stuff like that. The whole album is very cinematic. I love the rollout. I love everything. Bro,
but Tyler, do you know what makes Tyler albums for me, right? Because sometimes I may not even like the album so much, and then I see him, like he always has like a big performance after the album.
The boat and all. Man.
After Igor was like the Grammys, and then after Call Me If You Get Lost, I think it was also the Grammys as well, where he did Massa.
Yeah, he did it before Massa at the Grammys, and then he had the whole Amazon. Amazon filmed his whole concert, and
he did.
Bro, no, his live performances really like make me appreciate the music a lot more.
We seen him live.
Where?
Long Beach.
Oh yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Sick.
What?
Bro,
Were you in the crowd?
Sick. Yeah, I was in the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, how was it like in the crowd?
Oh, you guys are backstage. Oh, sorry.
That's wrong.
Listen, bro. We fucking there, bro. We got friends in there. If they saw you just went around me, bro. Talk about that.
How was it for you peasants?
I walked around with a camera. I was working. But from like again, all of us up there at the top, right? It looked, bro. I was like, this looks amazing, but it looked like the crowd wasn't
rocking with this one.
Yeah, like
really, yeah.
or like it wasn't.
The crowd had Meg before that, and the crowd went crazy for
Megan Thee Stallion. Boys, I'd say that was top stuff.
Oh, bro.
I'd say that.
Talk about this, bro. Talk about this.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, mad. She brought girls on stage.
It was a sight to behold. It was.
It's a sight to behold.
It was a sight to behold.
Like she got her assets were great, right? But like I have to give it to her. Like it felt like she had a live drummer on stage, but it just
she can rap.
She did it well. Like it sounded.
I actually didn't expect it because like most of the time, with some of these artists, like the backing track carries them, but no, she was hitting every bar, and like the points she was hitting versus the choreography. I don't know if it was choreography. Yeah. She was just going for it, boy. Incredible.
Nah, Meg deserves some respect.
Sensational.
She can spit, man.
100%.
Bro, I like that you mentioned like a performance and without the backing track. I haven't had the opportunity to see you live, right?
Yeah.
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 Do you perform? I've seen a few artists, a few Irish acts and all of that, and they would perform with the backing track. Like I know sometimes it's like you forget your lyrics, you forget your own track or whatever. But like, how about you? Do you perform with the backing track, or what's the performance aspect for you?
You know, it depends. A lot of the time I'm with backing track, a lot of the time I'm with band as well. But my backing tracks, and I very, very rarely perform over like the full track, as in like the MP3 that you hear on Spotify. I'm playing that and I'm performing over. It's like, no, a lot of my backing tracks are like, we'd have the stems and we'd have like little placeholder vocals here and there, like
ad-libs and stuff.
Ad-libs, lines, backing vocals, just some things to like break.
That's done well. So it's not like
cool, man.
I hate when I go to a concert and it feels like, you know what, I could have just went home and put the album
just
on.
play.
Yeah, because that same day, who did we see? We saw everyone was raving over. Oh, what's this English duo?
Oh,
D-Block Europe.
Oh, they were sick though. They were sick, but they were just over the back. But sometimes it's just a vibe.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? And you've heard them. They have such a big audience that, bro.
In the shot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Bro, I don't want to hear
sing those songs.
No, I want to hear. You see D-Block. I want to hear them exactly like it sounds on the record.
Yeah.
So that's why I need them to play with their backing track.
Okay.
Because I know, because like the auto, like some hitting them notes, like it's auto tune, replicating that live is techie.
Bro, D-Block's hard, bro.
But I want to hear
songs
him talking about pussy the way he says it. Yeah.
Have you heard of D-Block Europe?
Bro, I'll be honest now. I know, like, I haven't dove in. I know, like, one or two tracks.
Do you have a recommendation song we'll play for them? Do you have a recommendation? Have you listened to D-Block?
No, man, I've never heard them.
I'm trying to think. Ooh, what's it? Oh, bro. Let me
wait. Before we get into the music, do you know what's crazy? That day they played, right? I was in Longshore. I was in the crowd as well. Yeah. And I always get this thing where people say I look like young ads, right?
I hear it. Yeah.
But this particular day, we were like wearing the exact same outfit. And the same do-rag and everything, right? And then they had just performed, And I was walking the crowd and no word of a lie, there were queues to take pictures with me. On my life. There were queues. Like my friends had to be doing security.
Gee,
And like there's no bullshit. Like it was crazy. Like, oh my god, young guys. So one girl nearly fainted. I'm not even kidding. And I was
but
like,
wait. That's a weird place to be because you're JYellowL.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're your own artist.
But
It's
then
not
you
like
don't
you're a
know-
random brother.
you don't know whether to burst the bubble or to just go with
Just
it.
go with it.
Enjoy your time.
Yeah.
I went to that. I was like, guys, please no pictures. Like, I just came off stage. I'm tired. Like, what is it?
It's like that Drake.
Drake was pissed off at that, wasn't he?
Drake, made him do a son and a sister or something. He sent him a document. What?
Frank.
He literally was like somewhat looked like Drake, and then he literally was going around being Drake at parties and
Man.
a business album.
But you know what's
That
funny?
chap was making a living off
There was
that.
also another fella that looked like French Montana and he was milking it.
French Montana, is he still going, boys? Is he?
Yeah,
man, he always has a feature. He always has a feature somewhere.
What? Remix.
Jeez, I haven't heard about him in a while, boys.
Yeah,
What-
that's
what's
such a weird era of music. And he's there with like French Montana. Who else is like in that name?
Jeezy.
Jeezy.
I
You
don't
know
know.
what I mean?
I was talking to somebody about was it you? We were talking about G-Eazy during the week about his run in like 2018.
Wasn't me, man.
I don't know who. Somebody in the studio were talking about that run.
Jonah Lucas.
Yeah,
Like those type of names.
Joyner, I wouldn't really class him with like French Montana because at the time he never. I don't know if he really broke the mainstream like that,
No.
like to that extent.
But yeah, that song with Eminem though that went pretty well.
Lucky You,
You was
that
went well.
Well, yeah, Joyner didn't break, but I think the people who were with Joyner were like his fans. Like you knew of his music.
Yeah.
He wasn't like that mainstream. I don't think he has a mainstream hit.
No. Whoa.
No, he has like remixes that went viral.
Bank
Bank
account?
account and all.
That's when when I heard that back edge, I was like, bro, my guy can do it.
Ross Capacchione, however you pronounce that name, that was probably my favorite Joyner song ever.
Ooh, okay.
It's like when he tells
the one
the
about
story of
yeah, man.
the Italian kid.
You seen the music video for it as well, bro?
Incredible,
It's
man.
fucking sick, man.
Joyner's sick artist.
The one with J. Cole is pretty nice.
Oh, the recent one,
Yeah.
J. Cole has a really good verse on that one.
I can't remember the name. I remember seeing the video for it. though.
Yeah.
It was
J. Cole's
really good.
features have been slapping.
Ah, man.
Bro,
Let's talk about
it.
this.
Let's talk about
Right,
this.
so J. Cole, right? J. Cole, and like, I'll get a bit of stick for this, but I'll still
But
say
before we go into J. Cole, we gotta
What?
let the people know this is bar for bar musical conversational.
Go on, go on.
Because I know, now we're gonna go.
I love
Do
it.
we have Mick on the side? How you doing, Mick? You good?
Man, I'm fresh, man.
You
I'm
fresh?
feeling good, bro.
Let's get this through real quick. Kev, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chill. It's a busy day. Dan, how you doing?
Bro, I'm chill, man. We're good. We're blessed.
Oh man, we're
blessed.
We're blessed. We got a one, and we've got a special guest today, man. JYellowL.
Yeah.
Brother, tell us, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, bro. Jiggy J live in the flesh.
Come on.
Let's go, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having me,
man.
guys. I'm excited. Bro. Happy to be here.
Hey,
Yo,
man.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
So J. Cole's features.
Let's get it.
Right. Let's speak about
So,
it.
album J. Cole, right?
Mm.
I still love some of his albums, but I feel like he's trying to tell stories and stuff, right? I don't think you're getting the full thing of him as an MC. So when it was the whole thing of J. Cole versus Kendrick, or J. Cole versus anyone, man, I feel like he got left out a bit. But man, I think he knows that, boys. And I think he went on this feature run to say, like, fuck that. Because, man, the track he done with Benny the Butcher, boys.
Insane.
That verse.
No MC equal.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he goes, on that he goes, collecting his bread and mass like he's a Catholic preacher.
Yeah.
Boys,
Yeah.
when I heard that, I was like, this chap's ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous.
That bar was cold, but I think the coldest bar in there for me was the Einstein bar. 100.
Not really no MC equal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
man.
something about gravity and something.
Ah, the theory of relativity, yeah.
No MC. Nah,
Was
cold.
that earlier in the verse?
No, that was like later on in the
It's like
verse.
midway.
Midway,
yeah,
actually.
kind of.
Man,
Yeah.
even
For me,
the way he
the thing
started.
I love the part where it goes, the rain is pouring.
Man,
Like,
that's how he started.
I was like, my God, what's he saying?
Said God was crying. Oh, yeah.
On the day I was born, the rain was pouring, God was crying or something.
Ah. Man, that was
Cole,
perfect.
Cole is
man.
my goat. Let me just
Easy, yeah.
Number
let's
one,
go, bro.
yeah,
Let's go.
number
Please.
one, come on.
Because I feel like I'm gonna have some bite. Like it's gonna go left.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me go left. Let me get this
Yeah,
mic.
yeah.
No,
Let me get this mic.
No, but he's saying
No, I'll
it's
back
his
it.
goal. It's
I'll
your
back it.
goal.
I'll back it. Yeah. Cole is my goat.
It's his goal.
Yeah,
You said the same
Bro,
for
it's my
He's
goal.
your
He's
goal.
my
It's your goat as well.
It's your
Okay, I'm
goal,
not
bro.
alone. Cole is my goat.
Ever since, bro,
He's
you
not
know,
alone.
I knew it ever since I heard Grown Simba. The minute
Really?
I heard Grown Simba, I heard that beat, I heard him snapping off, bro, he's been my go. But then I was disappointed with the first two studio albums.
Do you know like Born
What
Sinner
do you
man?
consider the first two?
Born
songs?
Sinner.
Born, Cold World, the first
Sideline
thing, mainstream.
Story.
That's a classic.
Sideline Story, bro.
We're getting into it now, man.
Dollar in a dream.
Bro, wait, no Cole. This wasn't it. I was disappointed.
No way.
Did you like
What's the
the
track list on that?
Do you like the tune with Jay-Z boys, Mr. Nice Watch?
Oh yeah, I like Mr. Nice Watch.
He gets
Mr. Nice Watch was.
I'll be honest, boys. I
Yeah.
actually like that one.
I like Mr. Nice Watch,
Yeah.
but like,
It was a weird beat and all, but that's kind of why I liked it, because when are they ever gonna rap on a beat
Yeah.
like that, you know?
but they have that song.
Bro,
on
Lights
Blueprint.
Please.
I like Lights Please.
Sideline Story is
But Lights Please is from that's from the mix.
Lost Ones. Bro, nobody's perfect.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I know-
Daddy's little girl workout. Who that?
Work out.
Wait, who that? Is he
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
project?
Who that is on that?
Is that on the full? Is that actually on the track list or is it
Is this
like a deluxe?
Is this Apple Music, boys? Is it? That's not on Spotify.
That's
man.
deluxe.
Shout-
I was just expecting a lot more because like I was just like, bro, because it was a trinity. It was Drake, Kendrick, and Cole coming out. They all had like their albums coming out either in the space of 12 months. And I was like, bro, I don't know if this album got
What came out then as well? Section 80?
Section 80 was there. We
So
had
good,
Thank Me
man.
Later, and then
Classics. Actually.
and then we had this album from Cole, and I was like, I felt like he was trying to not pander. He was trying to make this a critical hit, like a commercial hit. So the songs weren't.
Workout is a very much it's a very commercialized song.
Even the way he's rapping
Yeah.
on that is just not.
I mean, he had singles, but like, guys, come on, man. He had.
But it's not his magnum opus, bro.
It's not his magnum opus.
Let Nas down, bro. He let
Never
Nas down,
know.
boys, eh?
Rise and shine, God's gift, breakdown, cold world.
Like I think
Yeah, great song.
I prefer that to the second album.
You prefer that to Born Sinner?
Bro, I don't
Wrong.
I don't like that TLC song. Is it TLC?
Crooked Smile.
Wrong.
Wrong.
That song made me cry. When it
Yeah,
came
that's
out.
a beautiful
Ah,
song.
I don't like
There's a
Crooked Smile
beautiful
like that.
message in that
Nah.
song.
If I was to, I have the risk for voice today, I would read you out a song that I know you'd like.
Yeah.
Like you can't like power trip you love.
That beat.
More, like, power
Oh.
trip is
What else on that?
She
No,
knows, like,
Miguel and J.
She
Cole
knows.
collabs, crazy.
bro, come
that
through and
same
chill.
time,
Bro.
yeah, come through and chill. All I want is you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All I want is you.
Ah, wait, boys.
I was in
boys.
Nigeria when them songs came out.
No way.
Yeah, I was because I grew up in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those songs came out. I had to watch them on MTV. Like I didn't have Spotify. Like that.
Crazy.
I don't think there was Spotify back in them days.
No, okay.
But yeah, it was MTV channel, all that. That's how I was getting music.
Yeah, man.
Different experience.
Cold.
But that being said, he still might go.
He's my girl.
And then he came out with 2014 Forest Hill Drive, and ever since then it's
Is that your favorite album?
Hold on. I have to say one thing.
Wait.
No, wait.
You asked me if it's my favorite
Alright, go
album.
on.
Yeah, I need to know because I have my favorite. I feel like is a hot take from Cole.
I love the live album version of it.
Of 2014?
Yeah, I love that live album
Yeah.
version. I don't think it's my favorite album.
If you had to pick
What's
a
your
favorite.
favorite album?
I really like the off season.
Number one.
Wait a minute.
For
That's
me,
a
I really like the off season.
That's a
Again, is that recency bias?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because at first I was like, when I first listened to it, I was like, yo, you hear Cameron in the intro, you hear Lil Jon. I'm like,
Yes. Nah,
boy,
it's cold.
let bro, I love that. I love that. And Miri, I wasn't messing with it at the beginning. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that.
And Miri, and then I heard it again, and then
that Timberland beat.
then it all made sense. And then Pride is the Devil.
Nah, chap, it was my life on that one. That was-
Murray?
Yeah, that was the one for me where I was like, nah, this is insane. But man, let me draw this back. This is one thing.
Wait.
What?
If we're talking the all season,
Never
if we're talking the all season, we cannot not mention Lil Baby. It's a Lil Baby.
Baby's
The way
Ah.
he slid in.
Right is the devil.
Bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
Cole starts and he goes, bring it down now, back it up. And he just comes in, you're like,
Man.
So I love that, and it's not recency bias. 'Cause I just
Thinking through the track list now, I see where you're coming from.
yeah.
What's your favorite?
My favorite J. Cole album, honestly, would have to be. It just has to be 2014 first of that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
feel like that's because the nostalgia factor as well, and the time in my life when I heard that as well. You get me?
There's a lot of kind of life changing songs on there.
You get me?
Love
Like,
Yours, bro.
Love
Yeah.
Yours,
Wet Dreams.
Wet
Yours-
Dreams.
yours,
The
Kev?
Tale of Two Cities.
A Tale
The
of
Tale of Two
Cities.
Cities, boys. Boys.
Nah.
GOMD. That has one of the best beats he's even made. That
yeah.
boys.
The second half of it as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember. What's the song? Is it Neighbours? No, the one where I remember seeing him live in not the O2, 3 Arena, and then
Forbidden Fruit, bro. Sorry, you're thinking
What
about
song is it?
It was Forbidden Fruit off Born Sinner, and he reversed it
Yeah.
to Neighbours.
Oh man, when he
Yeah.
did that live, he just
And he does them back to back.
he just because he's in the jumpsuit, I think, and for that one, and he's just there, he's just telling the story, and then he just does this,
And he
you're like,
plays the clip.
you're like, yo, what you doing, and it's
What
just
was that
rewinding,
album
it's
called?
rewinding, and
4-year-old
it fits into it.
Yeah.
That album is only that album got a lot of stick, but
It is a
Boys, I'm not crazy on that one.
No,
boys.
bro.
It's all right. Like it's all right.
What's
She's
your
my
favorite
favorite.
album? Part two.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Step on tracks, man. Step on tracks.
Seriously, no, the intro for Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yes.
No, that is class.
Cole is a goat.
Boys,
I'm sorry, I'm being biased.
Forest Hills Drive intro, man. You know, he's like, do you want to do? I remember listening to that, like walking home one of the nights,
Yeah.
man. I was out. But this is back in the day, man. I remember just looking at it's so vivid, man. Like looking at the streetlights and just thinking, do I want to be happy? Do I want to be free? Like a proper man. It was one of those that
That's
just
the thing.
hit, man.
Is that your favorite album?
Yeah, man, I have it on the ring and all,
You do?
boys.
Yeah.
I have it on the ring, man.
I think I
it's
know
my
what
favorite.
yours is.
What's yours? I feel like I'm like the fucking black.
No, can I say?
Sheep,
Because I know what yours is. Can I say what yours
Yeah.
is? Yours is KOD.
Yeah.
Is it your number one?
He loves KOD. He
right,
loves it.
I'll tell you, boys. When that first came out, I hated it.
Mm.
Like all the boys were listening to it, and I was like, boys, I actually don't like it. And we'd only been to see JYellowL, like, I think in Amsterdam, like a year or two before it came out. Hated it. And then the boys were like, no, listen again. And I listened again, and I was like, nah, overall, I don't know. I think I just at the time, because it was very different to what his normal style is, what he's chatting about on it. Like, I don't know, he covers a good range of topics, man. Photographs on there.
Nah, that needs to be talked about.
That is a cold album.
What's the one he's like rapping about his mom?
Window pane.
Window pane.
Pain, bro.
Man, just the beats and the way he's rapping on, the way he's talking about it, is like overall, I think that's my favorite.
Can I ask you a question, Kev?
as well.
What did you think of his idea on brackets, man?
Brackets.
Yeah, where he's like, I make
I
so
like
much
it,
money that I should pick
yeah,
what my
pick
tax
what
goes
tax
towards.
goes.
Man, that's probably my favorite part. Even the beat on that as well. The yeah.
Yeah, not Cole is a special.
Nah, the KOD agenda is good, man, but
Yeah.
there's one thing on it.
I don't know that just
Go on.
deep. What do you think of In the Morning?
With Drake.
Yeah.
Can I hit it in the morning?
Ah, nice.
I feel like I prefer Drake's verse in the morning. But In the Morning is the one with Drake.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah,
yeah.
Was Drake not on the original?
Like Jodeci.
Someone wasn't there like a
Oh, you're thinking about Jodeci Freestyle.
Ah.
Bro, Jodeci
sorry,
Freestyle.
I missed
People
that.
need to know about Jodeci
Man,
Freestyle.
Drake.
People don't know about
Yeah,
that.
What's
Drake.
in the morning? What's in the morning? What
Gotta
can
hit
you
it
line
in the
from
morning.
Play Hit
Play
in the Morning.
I remember the chords, but like, what's the
I think also Cole produced the beat as well.
Yes. Cole is producers.
I think I prefer Cole's on it. The way he starts, he's like,
Yeah.
maybe you someone time. I should be on top.
Cole's cold. I'm thinking of Jodeci Freestyle.
Man, Jodeci Freestyle, Drake out, don't call the bits on that, boys.
Yeah, Jodeci Freestyle, I would say so. But then that was, you could tell that was Drake's song.
That was him, man.
No, I'll get this song. This song crazy.
Baby, it's summertime fine. I let you get on top, I be the underline. Tryna get you set like the number 9. You fine as hell. I guess I met you for a reason, only time can tell. But well, I'm wondering what type of shit you wanted. Do you like the finer things, or you a simple woman? Drink with a nigga, do you smoke weed? Don't be ashamed, it ain't no thing. I used to blow trees, getting lifted. I quit the shit, I might get high with you. It's only fitting cause I'm looking super fly with you. It's separate, a powerful, you do something to it. Get that cause a vibe like you do something.
Boys.
Cold.
Come on.
I want to ask you a question.
You know what? I'm not giving up either. I'm not giving up.
Okay, what do you want to run?
Man, Born Sinner, right? It doesn't get talked about. And there's one track in particular, boys, that I saw at the open mic Salome Music, if you're watching.
Oh,
No, right, I have to do it,
that's
man.
a favorite.
I want to know everyone's opinion on this, boys. I
That's
feel
one of
like
my
this
favorite
song.
songs ever, mate.
Yeah, because
I
it
know
never
it's
gets its praise, boys.
Yeah.
And we're on bar for bar now. We can actually give praise for
No,
tunes. I
why
love
he
it.
doesn't? Because a lot of people don't know it. Like even a lot of boys who love J. Cole,
Don't know
I
it.
played that song for and they never heard
They
it.
never
Because
heard it.
it's tucked in the
Wow.
album.
Because it's from the Born Center album.
I'll let Nick do the final reveal since he's been sweating over there.
Boys.
Wait. Is she going? Yeah.
Because you have all this gentle
Man.
sounds in there.
The drums on that. I tried to copy them so many times, but I don't know what I don't know what pattern it is. It's so hard to get down.
This is superstar thing. Yeah. People not taste. Yeah. Art of seduction. Hoes jump like Vince Carter. Backstage like they are part of production. We talk about a dream. You gotta start off with something. Her mama went to college, but yet her father was hustling. It's funny because now.
Because I think there's a poll. I remember saying this. I maybe said this. I think he has the best voice in hip hop.
J. Cole.
The best voice
Ever.
No, maybe not ever, but currently, definitely, his voice is just vocal
I
tone.
think now.
Definitely, his
now he's
voice
His vocal tone.
is just one of the most just smooth, but then also still packs a punch. He can flow on anything. That's what we're even talking about his feature run.
Yeah.
The man can be on something hard with Benny the Butcher, but then have such a song where he can be on with Black,
Yeah.
and the song's just so like he doesn't feel out of place.
That's a good, very good point. Dan.
It's just
Very
one of
good
those things.
point,
He's able to just. He's almost like 21. He's like 21 in the sense you can just put him on. He'll be able to pick the track.
But man, J. Cole and 21 together, man.
Ah man, well, that's just
They need a joint album, boys. That should have been
What do you
J.
think
Cole.
of Drake and 21's?
Do you know what? So this is an interesting one, boys.
Okay.
Because I never really listened to Drake back in the day. Like a few songs here and there. But I actually liked her last, man. I actually really liked a few
It's
of
a
the
good
songs,
album.
man.
That is a good album.
Middle of the Ocean.
Oh,
Boys, Pussy in Millions. When Travis Scott comes in. Nah, man, I actually liked it, man. What did you think?
I thought it was sick. I'll be honest. I thought it was sick. I thought it did exactly what I expected a Drake and 21 Savage album because they've done the singles before.
Yeah.
And if you listen to like the songs they had before, like the features on CLB or
Honestly, never mind. Honestly, never mind as well.
That one was called Jimmy Cook.
Sneaking. Just trying to find
It
out.
kind of made sense. It made sense. It was cool. It was cool to see 21 doing the singing stuff as well.
Spin About You.
Spin About You. Yeah, that was
what a
cool.
tune, boys.
It was a sick album. Then Drake, obviously, every album he has to give like a track where it's just bars, where he's just flexing.
Yeah.
It's just
But we got the timestamp Drake song, not from Drake. We got it from 21.
Trey and Glenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to be
That's
Drake.
such a Drake title, man.
Yeah, Drake.
Isn't it, like,
good with
time and location, man, such a Drake thing.
Nah, it was class, man. I really enjoyed it.
damn, yeah, good album.
Man.
Listen, I need you to play me one track here.
Go on, what is it?
I need you to play me. Wait 1 sec. I need you to play me a track here. There's gonna be a track that this fella actually made.
Swear to God.
This man made.
Yeah?
It's pretty big.
One of his own, like?
Uh-huh.
Or as in...
It's one of his own.
Okay.
I would like him to play Oh Lord for me, please.
Oh Lord.
Now. Some history behind this one, bro. Yeah. Get into it, man.
Okay.
Is this your one?
Is this what you want to talk about?
Maybe.
Shout out to Iron Unknown.
The producers behind this?
Chris Cabs.
Chris Cabs, Every time
I know that things ain't mean a lot to me. Oh Lord, I've been living how I ought to be. No, but no, my people, they have love for me to show off. So what's the point of living luxury? No love. So the things that mean a lot to me. Oh Lord, I've been living how I ought to be. No, but my people, they have love for me to show off. So what's the point of living luxury?
Right there, right?
Now, can you play another song for me real quick?
Go on, man.
Can you play Ozone for me, please?
We're getting into it, boys. We're getting into
Now,
it.
this is what they call. It's up there, my guy. I've tried with a few people with a FIFA classic.
Oh, on the last great FIFA. Until they bring it in JYellowL.
This song it encapsulates playing ball, bro. I remember chilling with the man there, and we were just chilling playing. And I was like, oh, this is Harry, who's this? And like, this is Jay. And I was like, nah, that's crazy.
Like the FIFA 20, it was like the opening song every time you open the
Bro,
nah, they're nice. They're
I
nice.
remember
Shout
that.
out to EA. They're nice. They're nice.
Bro, how did that come about?
Like honestly, first of all, let's say 2018 Christmas, they had reached out to do like a Christmas campaign thing to my publisher at the time, and they're like, oh, can Jay use one of his tracks, Medusa, for this, but we need to get it remastered and blah blah blah. And then Chris was so long in sending me the masters for that, and that went out the window. So I remember just being so pissed, like, come on, man, how can we miss that opportunity and blah blah blah. So then it was 2019, and then we're back in the studio, and I was like, no, I need to make this track, and this track I need to make it and send it straight to them. I don't even know what the plan was, like what they would use it for, but just keep the line of communication open. So obviously sent to my publishers, and then shout out to Max Music, and then Chris and I made that track, and I remember we had a couple of different people mix it, and it just didn't hit, and then I got Chris to just sit with it and mix it, and it came out exactly like as you hear it now. And I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. And then sent it to my publishers. They sent it to EA, and then they came back like a month later being like, yeah, we want to use this as on the official soundtrack for FIFA 20 and the votes, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Then they hit me with the NDA, and I was saying, and I just remember being like, and everybody would ask me like, oh, how's the music going? And I was like, psh, you don't even know.
Yeah, you're just like,
don't worry about it.
Bro,
It's alright, you're gonna see it. And then yeah, it was crazy. Man. It was a dream come true for real.
Because I've heard having like what you call it? Is it called syncopation or
Sync license and all.
Apparently that's where a lot of good business for music is that. Like I remember hearing I think it was Vince Staples talking about making one of his albums. He made it just for the music to be on films and on commercials and stuff like that.
You get a lot of money off that, but to be honest, FIFA, I didn't even like make that much money because I was just so happy at the opportunity that I gave everyone else so much money. Like Chris made more money from that song than I did. Like, FIFA, just because I didn't even care, because in my head it was like Chris and I made the music, so Chris is gonna get half. That's just how I like. Typically how it works is like they split it up into the master and the publishing. So whatever the fee is, let's say hypothetically it's like $5,000. It's like the master side, the publishing side, and then 2.5 is the publishing, 2.5 is the master. As an artist, I own all my masters, so I'm like, I'm meant to keep the 2.5. But then I remember just being like, nah, fuck that, man. Chris was with me over, like, we spent hours in the studio like over the last few years. Of course, I'm not gonna hit him with that technical industry bullshit. I'm gonna give him half of that shit. So I gave him half of everything, and then my management took a cut, and then my publishers took a cut, and then so I ended up getting less than Chris. But like I was so happy just to even, in a way, just like repay his belief in me, because that was probably the first opportunity that I had to really show him. Like that time I came to your studio in 2015, and then you told me, and I didn't have any money to pay you, but you told me, you know what, you're good, you're talented, I'll work with you. That moment there, this is the repayment for that.
Man, that is. I actually wanted to clap it as well.
That kind of leads on to my next one. It just came into me right there. What's the relationship you have with Chris? Like being able to find your like Snoop and Dre back in the day, like Timbo and JT. What's it like for you and Chris? It's
great, man. Like I said, Chris is someone I can't give enough credit to. And sometimes when I talk about Chris, I sound like a broken record, but honestly, it's just because at the time you don't understand. Like now, when you're talking back, like retrospectively, it doesn't sound as important as it was to me back then. But I still remember the feeling of like just being dejected. I wanted to do music. I had no peas. Like I had no direction. I was in school. Like I didn't know how music worked or anything like that. I remember people just trying to exploit me. Some people not even trying to work with me or just being long or giving me the runaround type shit. And then I remember hitting up Chris like, yo, what's going on? Like I want to use a studio. What are your rates? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I'm Chris Cabs, man. Just come to the studio. All right, these guys, that's a bit weird. But anyway, let's go. And I came with my little YouTube beat and everything and recorded. And I recorded the track and he was just like, he stopped it halfway. He was like, bro, you're too good to be on this beat. Like, let me remake everything. Let's work hand in hand in that way. And I remember that same session, then he was writing a song, but he was trying to record a song and he was stuck for lyrics. And I was like, should I butt in? Should I not? And then I just wrote some shit for him at the time. And then we just formed that relationship where I was writing songs for him and then he was producing for me. And then the friendship developed to a brotherhood and then we just became, that's my guy, you know?
That is sick.
No, but like, one thing I want to say is that one thing I love you just said there is that you followed your gut. Like you said there was a moment you're like, I don't know if I should put in or not, but you were just like in that moment. It's like having that hustler's mentality of like, nah, let me just say, here, I can write for you.
Take the opportunity.
You know, take the opportunity rather than being like, oh no, but like it's not. Because a lot of people just think, with a lot of things I've seen recently, it's like just having that moment of chatting with other people. They're like, no, you just have to be in that moment, just like
have to be ready to go.
You just have to be ready to go. You just have to be ready to go.
You know, it's funny you say that as well because that whole mindset of take every minor opportunity, right? That's what actually led Chris to start his production company called Timo, which actually stands for Take Every Minor Opportunity, because that's just what we were on back then. Like we were doing everything, and we were like putting in graveyard shifts. Like sometimes we'd be in the studio, my parents won't see me for 3 days, and then my school won't see me for 4 days. Because you leave the house every day to go to school, so why am I getting calls that you're not in school?
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know what to tell you. Crazy times. My shout out to Chris. That was a great time, bro.
That's sick, boys.
Yeah, that was a great time.
And so how did you even, before that, like how did you get into just spitting bars? Did you listen to people? Did you just start writing bars? Or did you just freestyle off YouTube beats?
Yeah.
Like how did you actually just get into the point of like, you're like, what was your practice? What was your 10,000 hours?
See, I grew up in Nigeria, right? So I'm not saying there's no internet in Nigeria. There is internet, but we didn't have internet in our house at the time. Growing up, because I lived with my grandparents as well. They were very old school.
Whereabouts in Nigeria?
Benin.
Ah, cool.
The great Benin Kingdom, where I'm from. I'm a Nigeria. Come on. But anyway, so I was very big into music. My dad is a big music head, like proper musical spirit, and he always used to buy me CDs because I think he noticed that my brother and I had the same interest in music from when we were really young. And we used to make jingles, my big brother and I, just random stuff that we just performed for our family, friends, whatever. We had some bangers back in the day, like some dinner table bangers. I won't lie.
I get you.
And then my brother, he actually started rapping first. And he used to go studio, and I just idolized my brother, obviously growing up, and I just thought he was so cool, and I still think he's so cool, but at the time I used to idolize him. Like I wanted to be him because he was like my ideal. And he started rapping, and he'd come back, and I'd be so excited every time he'd go studio and come back and like hear what he made. I was like, damn, this is crazy that he just goes for like 6 hours and comes back and then he has a banger. Like that's crazy. And then I used to write and try and like remix some of his songs and things like that. At this point, I already knew about hip hop, so I had a lot of CDs, a lot of Eminem, a lot of 50 Cent, a lot of Talib Kweli, and Black Star. Nice. And I remember my brother just catching me one day in my room, and he was like, "Bro, like, you need to start rapping properly. Like, you have the talent, you have the rhythm, you have the rhyme schemes, and you just need to practice and this and that." And then he kind of took me under his wing for a while, and then when we then moved to Ireland, there was a thing where he reinforced that. He was like, okay, now we're here. You have the opportunity to go studio. You have the opportunity to make a career here. And actually, not that you don't in Nigeria, but just our situation was different. We were in boarding school and that. But he's like, here you have the opportunity to, everything is accessible for you. So go for it. And he booked my first couple of studio sessions, paid for them, paid for my first music video, all things like that. He really put his money where his mouth is. So yeah, shout out to my brother Harry, man. He also is like my dope.
I love that. It's like I'm not gonna say that you not everybody has the right people around them, but man, I feel like you just have the right people in your life at the right time, you know?
Yeah.
Like not many
very
people have them, and
people,
it's just
man, yeah.
very support. You have a good support system.
You have people that believe in you,
blessed,
man,
bro.
which is huge, yeah.
I've been blessed, honestly, because it's not always like that. Because you always find like people who they say that they might fuck with you, but not everyone will go the extra mile for you. You know, and thankfully I had people close to me who are willing to go that extra mile for me, like my parents, my brothers, you know, Chris himself, who's not family, but did something that only like a family member could have done at the time and rationalized, you know. So yeah, man, I'm blessed, honestly.
Man, that's sick, man.
And do those people around you, like obviously now you're in a stage of you've done a lot of shows, you've created a name, you are one of the biggest rappers in this country. Do those people also somewhat around you keep you grounded?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because but you know, this is the thing though. I feel like honestly, who you are as a person is who you are. Yeah. Like if you're that way, you're gonna be that way at some point, regardless. I've never been that way. I've never been person as the Americans say, sip my own Kool-Aid or believe my own hype. I've always just known, I've been super critical of myself, always known that I need to work harder, I need to do better, I need to improve, I need to sharpen my tools, etc. I've always been that way. Chris knows that, and he's always pushed me to that. My brothers know that. They've always pushed that. So it's not even a case of they have to keep me grounded. I'm just grounded naturally. You get me? So, but I guess, it does help because when you, I don't know, bro, because like I've never been the kind of guy that when something happens or I achieve some sort of success, I'm like, yeah, in your face. Like, nigga, you remember you used to say that to you, now you I've never been that guy.
Bro, this probably is like, I'm sure there's like girls that would be like, oh yeah, JYellow's on his rapping thing when you're in secondary school, and they're now like, hey Jay.
Not even just girls. A lot of girls, true, but not even just girls. But honestly, from time man's been a gallus, so it's not really. It's never really been a thing of, oh, now I'm Jay and now I'm getting girls. No, it's not really that way. But guys, right, literally, no kidding. I remember back when I started rapping in school. I'm not gonna say their names, there's no point. But there were a couple of guys that were in my school as well. Some of them actually went on to do music and all that themselves. But I remember I heard that they were like clowning me on the bus. And like, they're like, oh, he thinks he's Kanye West and he wants to be Kanye West now. He's rapping. This when I released my first song and then they were like, apparently I was like the butt of whatever conversation they were having, like a joke or whatever. And it's just so funny how years later,
bro, speak on
they'll say people will be coming asking for features. Like that.
Say it, man. Say it, man.
That video talk about how you did so all your song. I'm just like,
did Michael B. Jordan have that moment? See that interview?
Yeah.
Bro, and he's just like, yeah, you call me corny, right? Bro, it happens.
Kind of funny thing.
That story was so good when I was like,
but the funny thing is, they haven't even seen a quarter of it. If you think this is you just wait. You're really gonna eat your words. Not even just eat them. I'm gonna digest and it's gonna go into the rest of your bloodstream. I love that. Because where I'm yet to go, it's not even nowhere near right.
It's funny. I was having a conversation with someone about this. You know that it's so funny when you like this decisions we made in school that were dictated by how the man like lads treat us.
Man, peer pressure was rough.
Bro, like there were girls that either if you liked the girl but the man that didn't rate her, you wouldn't go after her. It's facts. Like you wouldn't like think of it. It's like your boys would be like, you like that girl? No. But every girl that they all liked, you go after, and you didn't even like yourself. Yeah, you didn't even like her.
Pushed into it, boys. Pushed into it.
And then you're like, now you're older, and you're like, why did I do that?
Regrets,
like, you know what I mean? But it's just funny. Like,
I was gonna bring up a controversial topic, but might just allow it. I don't know, because might just allow. Because I remember back in school, right? Obviously I came from Nigeria, so I'm gonna keep mentioning that because I feel like that's something I don't mention enough.
And also, I'm with you. I'm half Niger.
Oh yeah,
I got you.
What's your other half?
Kenyan.
I swear down, come on. I'm Nigerian, Jamaican. I'm like,
I wouldn't touch the Jamaican in a bit, but
I remember when I just came here, like it was a thing of people didn't really rate black girls, but obviously I came from Nigeria, so all I saw was black girls as well. So I always liked black girls. But I remember in school, it was like, if you're going for the black girls, like, bro, what you doing, man? Go for it. Like, look at this person, that person, this person is so much lenga. Leng wasn't really a word back then. But I remember just feeling like, are you guys blind or are you guys just silly? And then I realized, oh no, it's self-hate.
Wow, man.
I realized, okay, it's self-hate. And then now all of a sudden it's cool.
It's so
man,
normal, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That is facts, and I do feel like black girls kind of feel it. Like back then we were always going after white girls and stuff.
Bro, it's like, in school, in school they were
boys.
clown, bro. They were
Yeah.
clown people. Like, and now it's funny because, okay.
Do it, man, do it.
No, but it's true. No, but it's like there's some element of there's truth to it. It's like there's features that were clowned upon black women that now certain people are now trying to go about and now get those features through other ways, like lip fillers and like other things like this.
definitely.
And BBLs and other things.
No, bro,
like
it's a
that.
fair point.
Where it's just like these
people ever clowning girls with big backs though? I don't understand. That actually boggles my brain. Like, people actually used to clown that. Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
I remember,
Things like that.
bro, I remember, no, but don't get me wrong, like, I don't discriminate. I love all women that I make.
100%.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
And obviously beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I remember a period where, let's say, like, the white girls weren't really rating the black guys at the time when I had just come. And then all of a sudden, Chris Brown was just popping. And then Chris Brown changed the game. Niggas, like, come on, shout out Chris Brown.
Mick. I know.
Is this?
You've been trying to get a story out for the last half an hour.
No.
Yeah. Go, get your story out, man.
What you got?
Nah, bro, wait, hang on, wait. I want to touch on that.
On Chris
That's
Brown.
not why the boys love Chris Brown so much, boys, is it?
Because you changed the game for us?
Yeah.
No, we have many
for me, it's
reasons.
totally it's
Many
music and dance.
reasons. Many reasons. But
Bro, like
fair.
before, like I've always been a dancer, but like dancing wasn't cool like that. And then he came out with the running video, and now we're allowed to dance in the school stuff, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
That was another big agenda on this podcast, boys. Chris Brown and Usher, man. There was like a head-to-head thing there for a
I
while.
think it's a generational thing as well.
It is. You're so right.
The younger you are, the more you
like
more
Chris Brown.
inclined you'll be for Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Type of way. Yeah. But Usher is also
Cold.
gold.
Man's doing what's that thing?
Vegas residency?
Yeah.
Man, that looks quality.
Yeah, he's
boys.
doing residency in Vegas. Man's doing
That looks unreal.
Fair play, man.
Nah, he's a
OG.
sicko. But bro, right, yeah, let's talk about this. So we obviously have JYellowL in the building, man, right? I want to talk about this because my introduction to your music, right? I didn't say it to any of the boys either.
Yeah.
I was waiting on this, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
It was,
for this one.
man, it was,
Suspense.
Nah, man, right? It was sick. So, like, typically, if you hear a new artist, it's like, oh man, have you heard this song? Or you might see something on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
This is class, man, right? Shout out to your team or your mates, whoever it was, man, right? I was at the Button Factory, boys. Went to see J-Rock.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I went to see J-Rock in the Button Factory, right? I was downstairs in the Jacks and there was these boys in the corner, man. They were like talking up this thing, like, oh man. And I was like, what's going on? They're like, 7:30, man, 7:30. And I was like, what's a 7:30? Like, 7:30, man, it's gone down. And everyone, and like, I swear to God, man, I was like, a group was like, what's a 7:30, boys? Like, we're all proper, like, what is going on? Man, JYellowL at 7:30, man, you came out and you smashed it, man.
Oh,
Like, no, proper, man, because this is the thing. I was with Limo, if you're watching Anne Harvey, man, you remember that night? Yeah. Man, I swear to God, like, we didn't know your music, man.
Yeah.
And like, considering we didn't know you, man, you had the place hopping, man. Man, you had, and it was one of those things as well where, like, that's what I'm saying for an introduction, like, considering we didn't know the music, how well you going with the crowd, how well you got going, you got warmed up for J-Rock.
Yeah.
And man,
Shit, that's great. Nah, fair play.
bro,
Do you remember that gig?
I remember that gig like it was yesterday.
bro,
man.
who was your mate with you, man? He was loving it over there, bro.
That was by the one that was on stage.
Yeah, man. He was going nuts, man.
Probably. Oh, I don't. But I know the person in the bathroom was probably my friend Aaron. Nah, shout out to Aaron, man. Real one. I remember those times there. Like that was a thing,
Bro.
That was a thing, yo.
That was genius, that was. Because then after we were all talking about it, we were all like, man, like, that jail, like, we were up, man, fair play to them. Because that was one of those things where I was like, how do I phrase this correctly? It's like you were thinking outside the box. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was not a standard approach to promotion.
Yeah,
like, that was clever. And when someone does something like that, you obviously do think, man, they're different, man, you know? So fair play on that, man.
Nah,
They're promoting you in the Jacks.
Isn't that genius,
we
boys?
spoke about it beforehand, like, okay, because we obviously shows are
So
at
good,
7,
man.
then like we're on at 7:30. We need to get people like in front and center.
Yeah.
By half seven,
Half
get me, and then that was just a tactic that we did that with so many shows. That's crazy.
That's her
But that's-
mentality though. It works.
Yeah,
Them was like, I'm not gonna miss this out. What's
Yeah.
half seven.
It was like, oh, that's so smart, man.
J-Rock show. That was a sick show.
But-
that was a sick show.
That was great, man. But as well as that, like, because that was built up, you had to come and perform. And you really did, man. Like, you killed that, man.
Appreciate that.
And man, did you see J-Rock after?
Did I see J-Rock after? I don't think I actually saw J-Rock
Did
after.
you not?
No,
Oh,
I think at some point we had to leave the green room. Like I said, a lot of times like they don't really care about the support acts.
Right,
but,
right.
and obviously if you know the Button Factory, well, it kind of has to be that way because there's only one green room.
Yeah.
And like obviously the headline act has all his people and that's like their space to really like get themselves in.
Chill.
Right. Yeah, so they don't really want to be dealing with the support act and their entourage in the I get it. I actually get it. But yeah, no, I didn't actually get to meet him, but I met like a couple of people from CDE that were like just on tour with him and that, and it was cool. And they really enjoyed it as well. It was cool, man.
Whopper, bro. Whopper.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm happy you got to talk about
that's
that.
crazy,
Boys,
man. Nah,
Man.
fair play.
And man, one other thing to bring up, obviously, we're talking a bit about it off camera, right?
Yeah.
Boys, don't know if you know, man. Chap was on tour with De La Soul.
Man.
Yeah.
De La Soul, man.
Yeah.
And like-
R.I.P. True Goy,
Yeah.
Dave.
Ah, man. 100%.
man. Proper nice guy, man. That was very sad news because very, very sad news, very unexpected.
It was right as they got the music up as well, boys, which
Isn't
I
that-
couldn't believe.
Bro, man, the world works in crazy, mysterious ways, man. But yeah, no, that was a crazy experience, crazy tour. Obviously, being like on tour with one of the gods of rap.
Oh,
Like, were you able to like hang out with them?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy actually?
so sick, man.
Pause the Noose, plug one.
Yeah.
I had a cousin in Cardiff because Cardiff was one of the stops. I think it was the third stop. And my cousin Gary, who's like proper Welsh guy, but he's just a hip hop head. He's like, big shout out to Gary. He's a big fan of De La Soul. He even had the socks and everything from the last time they were in the UK and that.
Hey,
class, man.
He just really wanted to meet De La Soul. And I remember just saying to Positive, I was like, oh bro, upstairs, because at this point now we had our own green room, was cool. They looked after us. Shout out to Smile, their tour manager, was sick. And then I was like, bro, I don't know if I'm asking too much, but like my cousin, he's a massive fan. Like he would do anything to meet you right now. Like, do you mind just send a video? And he was like, nah, man, we'll go down and meet him right now. And I was like, oh, no way. And then we went down, and this was after the show, so the security were kind of bugging a little bit. But then we got down to him, and he just, he met him, shook his hand, took pictures, had a little conversation with him. My cousin got to like geek out and find out. Oh yeah, look, I even have your socks and all that time. It was just like, man, what a nice guy. Like, what a nice thing to do, because you didn't have to do that.
So wholesome.
Seeing like the OGs, I can imagine, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them. Honestly, they gave me a different perspective of like what someone who has achieved so much, or people who have achieved so much, how they're just human. You don't have to be a diva. You don't have to be a dickhead. Like, you could just be yourself and just be kind. Everyone thinks you're a superstar. You have to like put on some kind of persona, larger than life kind of thing. But nah, man, just real guys. Like, shout out to them for real.
Oh, that's unreal, man.
Now, I wanna ask this. JYellowL. What does your name mean?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
So my actual name is JYellowL. That's my the name my parents gave
That's a
me.
nice name.
Yeah, French. Wait. And
You speak French?
no.
I was about to speak French, you know.
Yeah. No, that's always like an anticlimax.
I was still there, bro.
Yeah, you got me. But so my brothers are all dark skinned, but I'm the only light skinned one.
real?
I don't know why that's the case, but it's the case. I beats me. I think it's genetics. My grandma is mixed, so probably skipped a generation. Blah blah blah. But yeah, so they always just call me Yellow, and obviously again, I grew up in Nigeria. I'm a Nigeria, Benin Kingdom. But yeah, so everyone used to call me Yellow, even growing up in Nigeria. And my name is JYellowL, so my initials are JL. So then my brother at the time was just like, we should just call you JYellowL.
That's hard.
And I was like, sick. And I made my first Twitter JYellowL. And then when I started rapping, I was like, what name will I use? So I use like Young Ace or something like that.
Back in the day,
Ace or Lil Slips or something like that. I don't know why. I had no reasoning behind it. And then I was like, why not just use JYellowL? You know, it has a story behind it. It's like a pet name that's gonna turn something else. So that would be cool. And yeah, that's how it happened.
Man, it sounds dope as well, man.
JYellowL. Rolls nicely, boys.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's twisted a couple of people's tongues in its time.
I thought it was just JLOL at the J-Rock gig. The J-Rock gig. Yeah, I thought it was JLOL.
I've got JLOL, I've got Jello, I've got Jelly, I've got yeah.
That's a good one, man.
Now you mentioned Nige, you mentioned Benin Kingdom where you're from, but you're also half Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
Now, and we've been talking about influences. Like I want to get into the because Ireland, we've a lot of rappers, we've a lot of people in the hip hop scene and doing stuff, and there's a lot of trends and stuff like that. But you are a spitter, if I can say that. Like you're about the craft. I can see little. You mentioned stuff. You got like you had these. You're able to find out flow, little patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So where'd you get these influences? Like where'd you get it from? Like even the way you say certain things, you have a bit of like not accent, but like something in your diction.
Yeah.
Man's even saying words. What does that mean?
I think. Again, I grew up in Nigeria, right? But I grew up with my Jamaican grandmother and my granddad as well. So I was in a Jamaican household in Nigeria. So that was already like a juxtaposition from the get go. So like at home we'd be like proper Jamaican, you get me, and then we'd go outside and it's like we're in Nigeria. When Benin, so that was already cool, and obviously the music then comes in. Like inside, we listen to a lot of reggae, a lot of calypso, a lot of the dancehall stuff as well. But my grandma is big into the calypso stuff, like Harry Belafonte. Proper big into that. I love Harry Belafonte.
I tried to do it on my exit.
Yeah,
I was trying to think out well.
Bro, it's so cold, man. So cold. There's a hole in the bucket tune that spun my brain when I was like 5. Like the plot twist. All right, I'll talk about it later. The plot twist, and that's just what I was 5 thinking. What? Oh my God! Of course, there's a hole in the bucket. Anyway, and then obviously the Supercats, the Bob Marleys, the Vibes Cartel. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously my dad as well, big into like the Fela Kuti. Fela Kuti was just like larger than life anyway.
Fela Kuti.
Yeah. Obviously King Sunny Ade, my Jack Shake, all that kind of stuff.
There's one. Is it? I don't know. Butcher. Is there a track called Like Water or something like that? Something to do with water with
Fela has so many tunes, bro.
There's a track.
It's possible. Fela Kuti Like Water. It's very possible.
It's like it was sampled on Grown Man Sport. The Pete Rock album. Wait.
Nick with the
Keep going, bro. Keep going. I'm gonna just pull this up.
Yeah, nah.
Deep dive.
Yeah, so then obviously everybody was just what I don't get enemy. That's the song you're talking about. But yeah,
sweet man, see.
I guess then just being in that environment where it's just culturally diverse from the get go. That's where a lot of things come in. And then when I moved to Ireland when I was 14. No, first I'd done like a little short stint in London and then came back to Nigeria, then moved to Ireland when I was 14. Then that was a whole new cultural context that I had to dive into. And all of these influences, all of this like cultural nuance that I embodied, that's what really makes my music sound the way it sounds. Yeah. Because you can't really even place my accent or like the way I choose to pronounce them. Sometimes I go more patois, sometimes I go more pidgin, sometimes I speak.
Bro, having that ability to be able to speak pidgin and patois, bro, that's and to be able to do it authentically as well. That's not many.
My patois ain't the best now. To be honest, it ain't the best, but like, because I thought my patois was good till I went to Jamaica. I thought it was good, and then I went to Jamaica and I was like, are you speaking pat? Like, is that pat? That sounds like. How many languages they speak in Jamaica? What's going on? But it's proper thick patois. But so that's where, I guess that's where the influences will come in from. Yeah, 100%. But Damian Marley is my GOAT. as well. Let me just mention that.
Man, distant relatives with Nas.
Oh, cold.
Bro.
That album, cold.
As we enter, Patience.
Patience, bro, cold.
Beautiful album, man.
Yeah, but even that Welcome to Jamrock album.
Welcome to Jamrock.
Man, Pimple's
Just
Paradise on
amazing.
that one as well.
Bro, just a musical genius. Tough Gong Records, everything. Bro, the Marleys, shout out to them.
Crazy,
man.
yeah,
Crazy. Just crazy.
Which Marley brother was married to?
I think it was Steven.
Steven?
I think it was Steven.
Man,
Stephen Marley, Damian Marley.
musical family, man. Think about that. Man.
Very musical family.
Yeah.
I think that, what was it? Was it their son? Was their son Julian? The one that did the song with her? Was that?
Oh, man.
If that's their son, that's a massive plot twist. That's a musical super.
That's crazy. Nah, that's
I
bad.
know. When I went to school in Tallaght, and I went to school with Faris, with Percy.
Okay.
So we're actually on the same basketball team and stuff. So then when Percy finished and he started rapping and started doing longy, a lot of the times where because you guys kind of started doing music around the same time, and it was a thing of like I remember people being like who is the best spitter now, who's the best parent, because your trajectories are both like kind of going around the same way. Still are to the extent. Did you hear like kind of words about other rappers when you're coming up, when you're doing your thing? Like, are you a competitive person within nature? Are you like, nah, I'm the best? Or are you just more so like focusing like, I don't really care, I'm in my own lane? Like, how do you look at when you're like in the game and you're with other people and around you and with other artists? Are you like, nah, I'm just like trying to kill it, I'm the best?
You know, when I was younger, probably when I was younger, I was like, I had a point to prove. Like, I have a chip on my shoulder because no one knows me. Because also, bear in mind, like, when you come in at 14, but like, no one knows you. And like, let's say I started doing music at 16, everyone had friendship groups that from years, people they grew up with that were just biased, just off the cuff bias.
Yeah.
So whenever I go into like rooms or events or sessions, it's like I have a point to prove. Like, I want to leave this session, so I'm once I leave, it's undeniable who carried that session. It's undeniable who the best was there. Like,
That's hip hop.
you get me? Like, I want it to be an indubitable fact once I
Yeah.
leave that nobody even came close. And I did that a lot. Dare I say all the time. And then after a while, it was just a case of, I don't even care anymore to prove that. I don't care to prove that anymore, because realistically, I don't need to. Like, what's understood don't need to be said. But I know, I heard a lot of those like rumblings, and shout out to Percy, but I've always seen Percy and I as very different. Like, I think it was a case of people were comparing us because at the time it seemed like we were the only ones to compare with each other.
Two black, like,
You know,
rappers who could-
but actually, I've always seen, all credit to Percy, incredible like musician, just incredible artist in general, not even just the music. You know, great performer. I've seen perform live so many times, and it's just incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have nothing but respect for him. And it's also a case of, but we're in different lanes. And I think that's something like, because Percy and I, we were neighbors for a while, so we had a lot of conversations that, you know, people weren't privy to, but we always have understood that we're in such different lanes. And yeah, I guess it's just one of those things. But at the time now, I'm just so focused on my own thing. And like,
it's funny because then people from outside will be able to like, it's where everything when it comes to rap, people from outside will be able to pick sides. It's like that whole, do you know what I mean? It's like that whole J. Cole and Drake thing.
Yeah.
And like other people be like picking one side, when realistically, like the two of them are boys. Like they get along.
Two
But
legends
everyone else
can coexist.
Two legends can coexist, where everyone else is trying to pit one of them together. Against one another. Well, these people are like, no, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. Respect.
And the funny thing is, like, Percy was doing music before me in Ireland, because I remember being in school before I started, and I was like, oh, this is the guy that's rapping. His name was Profound. And I remember thinking, oh, like, this is sick that this coming out of Ireland. You know, that means like there's things happening. That was even probably before I decided to do music properly. To get me. So yeah, like, it's funny when you see those kind of things, but I guess that's what makes it interesting for the listener. You know, like pitting people against each other, having debates. Like we were sitting here talking about what J. Cole album's the best album. Watch 2 on what track in the morning, which verse is better. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I guess that's what makes hip hop exciting.
Part of the sport, man.
It's a sport.
Yeah.
You're going bar for bar.
No.
Love it, Ron. Love it.
But man, so we've talked about your upcoming, your inspirations, what you like. So, but what are you doing right now? What's for now? What's for the future? What's coming up?
Speak on it.
Well,
New single, bro.
what's coming right now?
Let's talk about that, man.
Yeah, what's come up right now is the EP Shades of Yellow. That's what I'm focused on right now. And I feel like this project is for everybody who doesn't want to be denied a part of themselves or doesn't want to feel like they have to shut down a part of themselves for other people to understand who they are. Do you get me? I feel like it's a celebration of dynamism as a person, multifacetedness as a human being, you know, and especially as an artist, because I remember back in the day, like people would want to just understand me as a conscious rapper, or they'd want to just keep me there. And I'd always try and fight that. I'm like, no, I'm not just that. Like just because I like there's a lot of consideration put behind my lyrics doesn't mean I have to be on 95 BPMs all the time.
No, you're bang on. I get you.
Exactly, like
People will box you in.
Yeah. I don't want that.
Box you in, bro.
Exactly. Or like when I started doing the Afro stuff,
Yeah.
honestly, there was like a great reception to that from the get-go. But I remember before, when I'd like play with the idea with people, like float the idea, people be like, nah, come on, man, you're a rapper, like your brand and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but I listen to this stuff.
Yeah.
I can make music. I like to make what I like to listen to as well. Like I make all sorts of different types of music. I have a lot of conversations with people where they just be like, industry people as well, where they be like, no, you have to go down a certain road and then eventually you can branch out. And I do see that. Jesus. I do actually understand the logic behind that business-wise. I do get it. I'm not being ignorant or naive. But I always felt that I can do things on my own terms and I will do things on my own terms. And I didn't become an artist to be put in a box. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's Shades of Yellow, because I feel like if, say, the way of understanding everybody is like, okay, you're blue, you're red, you're green, you're this, but like, and I'm yellow. There's so many different shades of yellow.
Bro, that's so
Yeah.
I like that, man. I like that, yeah.
That's the concept behind the project, and everything sonically embodies that.
When does it drop?
Sick, man.
The 28th of April.
Okay.
28th of April. The singles are rolling out right now. So
Yeah, I heard the last one there in the car the other day. It was
We spin a bit of a point, do we?
Which one? Which one?
That's what I was thinking. Does my man speak French here? I was like, okay.
I speak like leave us our French.
Sounds like I do a few letters.
And boy, what did I say at the start of the year, or is it at the end of last year? More people are going to be dropping. We're going to be getting a lot more Irish projects. And it's happening. I like to see it, man.
That was a great prediction, bro. And the sounds. Bro, can I say one thing, man? Pay a nice little compliment here. Sometimes when people drop a new track, it doesn't go to the top. Your new track is at the top of your Spotify, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
That means people are ready in the track, bro. So that's good.
Thank God, man. Thank God.
Let's do this, man.
Shout out to Spotify as well for supporting this track.
Ask me how I'm living, say look, no squares in my circle. If you're not committed, then you get nowhere in my work. Hold firm in my virtues. Listen to the rhythm that I give them, but they're learning my words too. Turning my worst route into eternal dispersal. I'm too determined to pursue. Have to internally curve through half the infirmity whirlpool that deters you. So we keep while they blow trees. I'm just hoping they can see me how slow speeds. The proceeds. I'm waiting my vanity so I can be the pros needs. Wondering the answer, the mentality is mostly wanna put my family a gallery to go see. Man, I miss my grandma and I really wanna go see her, but I'm working so I have to trust the procedure. Eager, we are, she's the most senior creature. We have living on deeper, nature, meet her, with the most freedom. We can meet her, and get on make the whole team come meet her, be there with the most freedom. Eat and breathe her with the whole team. Something different, funny cause everyone around me is stoned. Having some fun that I'm motivated. I'll do what I'm told. See, it's the rap race that I'm suddenly even faced with. Life my age, I'm struggling your mates, kids struggling in the day. She was wondering your wages. Don't wanna see that face squabbling for scrapings. Want my mom rocking off the rent, but the whole fam on go a lot for them. Had a girl called time and I worked on the stock books and NOP like the alphabet. And my real close G's that I can't forget. When your G's hold P's at the alpha flex. I was in so deep when the windows creep and my 10 toes creep at the house again. Who stay grinding? Even though holiday I stay grinding. Who said another day I stay grinding? They couldn't tell me I stay grinding. Who stay grinding?
Keep going.
Who stay grinding? How you gonna hate on someone like that? Like regurgitate, I'm coming right back. After telling that I'm coming like that, I think it's spirit man coming like that. I don't feel like I'm feeling rich. Go make some money, boy. Don't be a dummy, boy. I know my mom, she wants to see her son enjoy. I told my dummy I'm dummy and unemployed, just being noisy. Honestly, he's not employed. People earn income and then Rico Suave. Learning songs on the flip phone always. Pairing from all the parents, once had sharing. Gun like the six no target. So grounded. More emphasis.
Every word.
Hear my tracks from Black Dress, give me Johnson and Jiffy with the hands on the mini song. Man's been out here dancing like Diddy and it has been all year. Now I'm sitting pretty. I don't rely on anyone really cause I'm bad at forgetting what I'm trying to forgive. But Chris had faith when Angela did it. I'm not sure what you're ready for because they will laugh about it. Heard opinions and you heard it in the water. Pass a shot and get your blessings and I get the message. I guess I'm alive and words to wisdom so we're church finished. I was on my stuff. One day I'ma fill it with the audience. They laughed at the L's, now they applaud the wins. I laugh at the world, I feel fraudulent. Ha ha ha, laugh to meet them, how about now? Don't have to pretend.
Hey bro, there's no call-off point. Nobody just pour on the gal. Pause, we're just like boom, boom, boom.
Don't have to pretend that I'm down. After revenge, I'm like, who stay grinding? They went on holiday, I stay grinding. We said another day, I stay grinding. They couldn't tolerate, I stay grinding. Who stay grinding? I stay grinding.
Here's the thing, right?
Chop.
What did we just you can hear every word. You can hear every word clearly and follow the
Scheme, man.
Bro, all those parts, that's what I'm saying. Addiction, intonation.
But there's words you have to listen to that numerous times to even get some.
I've listened to it a few times now, boys. I've been spinning it.
Yeah.
Man, there was a bar there where you're like,
I don't know, I heard it one day. I heard it there.
Something different, funny because everyone around me is stoked.
yeah, that's a bar, man.
Facts.
That's a bar.
Man, the flow on that's insane. Like, how long did it take you to get that flow down? I feel like that's something like, I don't know, it sounds
Whole
like
life, bro.
man,
Yeah.
it sounds like you've been training marathons.
Your breath
It's just
control
like,
is crazy.
it's just like,
Swear.
Your breath
But
control
that's
is mad.
yeah, but I grew up listening to like Eminem and
I hear it.
yeah, but that's impressive, man.
That's so impressive.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Eminem track?
favorite Eminem track. I'm going to say Mockingbird.
Love that one.
Great pick,
Yeah.
man.
I used to listen to that when I was like 8 with a walk.
Yeah, swear.
That should be hitting. You don't even know what it's about, really.
That bird. I don't know.
The beat of it is amazing. The beat's incredible.
That's actually
Man,
good.
even the mix on that as well.
Yeah.
It's really clean.
Yeah.
It sounds full, like it sounds proper.
Of
that, yeah.
Oh, Chris Cobbs,
Oh,
production
yeah.
and engineer. Shout out to Chris, man. Chris.
Bro, that's what I've been saying, man. Because I feel like we produce, we sing those raps and we sing and all that, and the scene.
You hate that?
I love the scene, the music. Everybody making music.
Yeah.
So like, rapping is a craft, you know.
Nah, it is.
You know, like that was like a masterclass in rapping. Like it's not just you just speaking.
I appreciate
You know,
that. I appreciate
I
that.
feel I just wish more people can take that on board and seeing, bro, there's technicality, there's
Yeah,
skill,
man.
you know.
I feel like you should do a breakdown of that song, man. I don't know, like just like a little 5-minute masterclass. Like this is how to flow,
Yeah.
and just chat about your flow. Because I don't know, man.
Ah.
It's been a while since I've heard something that's like. It just sounds like fresh or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like
You know what it
you're doing your own thing, and it's like I don't know. It's just going on.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be sick, man.
Yeah, even just a little breakdown, like your thoughts behind it, why you've done certain things. I don't know. I love that.
You know those syllable breakdowns, boys? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Man, that would be class on that
Yeah,
tune, man. Because there was parts that where you were like, did-it, and then it was like, did-it. You know what I mean? There was like so
a
much
rainbow of colors just in one line.
Yeah, man.
Because even trying to write something like that,
Bro.
and then to perform it, like that's two different. Like trying to write it so that it's you can perform it that way.
Yeah, I performed it at the first In the Heat session. And it was
Oh,
it was like wheel ups. It was mad. Yeah, I nearly passed out. But
There wasn't much space for a breath there, bro.
That'd be one that you'd have a few ad-libs on, man. For me, I'd have lines there, man.
Because that was the thing, right? No, as I was saying, normally we play a track, it's like, oh, we pause now, but that was like, I kept on pausing. I was like, when am I pausing? Nah, unreal shit, bro. And as I said, bro, it's class to see that that's like number one on the Spotify. Do you know what I mean? So that's like respect, man.
Right. Yeah. Well, as this is bar for bar, I need to ask you, since you showed us there, how's your freestyle skills, bro?
Honestly, I'm more of a writer, but it depends on who you ask. My freestyle, I guess, to write a bar, you're freestyling anyway. It depends. You make it,
Yeah. Run him a beat.
Yeah.
What type beat?
Let him pick the beat though, or like pick his genre of beat.
Or is there an instrumental you want to hop on?
Yeah.
Would you do it? Yeah. Ooh.
Can I run to the bathroom while
It's about that time where Kev has to go to the
What?
Any like a J. Cole beat?
What I was thinking was, remember what we done last time? It was like a ski mask one, then it was something else.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, going for like a boom bappy one and then going for like a heavier one. That was kind of what was in my head.
Oh yeah? You guys don't freestyle like a cappella, no?
Oh, do you want to do that?
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's mad to me.
I know, bro. I'm sweating even thinking of that point, eh?
It's a beat long, but bro, you wanna run it? You run it, bro.
Like cappella.
Yeah. We'll wait for Kev.
Come back. Man, before Kev comes back to write, in terms of your rap influences.
I can't tell.
It's serious.
That's serious.
In terms of your rap influences and who you listen to, obviously we spoke about J. Cole, Eminem. Was there anyone else? De La Soul was out, of course.
So many people I listen to, man. So many people. I get inspiration from so many people.
Was there an artist that like inspired you to actually, to chase this? Was there an artist that like proper spoke to you?
Yeah, I would say, like I always say, you can quote me on this from years back. I've always said like J. Cole, Damon Marley, Burna Boy. Those have always been like. And I know Burna Boy sounds weird because a lot of people only actually discovered him recently. But I grew up in Nigeria. That's so like I've been known Burna Boy.
Hold on, 1 minute, man. 1 minute. You support Burna Boy.
I support
bro in the Tree Arena. Wait. We need to talk about this.
You're growing up listening to Burna Boy in Nigeria. You come over here in Ireland. You start your career, and you're open and you're supporting Burna Boy, bro. That's not normal.
No, it was a full circle moment. That's one of those like every now and then you get those like pinch me moments. That was definitely one of them. Was like, and my whole theme. It's like when I'm going into performances these days, like I have themes, like I have a storyline of like what I'm trying to do. And that one, the theme that whole week was like, it's like a fighter going into fight week. But my theme that week was from supporter to support tactic. Like that's my vibe right now. So I'm going for. I can't believe this. Like. This is not meant to happen, like you said, but here we are. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. And just being able to share the stage and the 3 Arena obviously is massive. But honestly, it felt like I belonged. Like, it didn't feel like, it didn't feel foreign. It didn't feel strange. Like, it felt like this is what is supposed to happen. And next time it should be my own audience and that type of way. But it was definitely a great experience. 100%, man.
Chap, what's it like up there at the Tree Arena, man, looking out at that? Like,
well, I will say shout out to Plantain Papi because I didn't have in-ears and I'd never done an arena show and I didn't know that actually if you don't have in-ears, it will go left because obviously there's such a huge sound system because it's playing out to so many people. So like you can't hear the sound properly from stage just from the monitors. You get me? So if Plantain didn't give me those in-ears, left.
Oh, did you have to bring your own? They didn't give you some?
We're the support act, bro. I used Plantain's in-ears. Like, shout out to like, no, he saved that performance for me. No,
he cleaned his ears.
He gave me a brand new pack of hair. He sorted me out. I've got like
have a spare set for the sport. Like, or they'd say to you, you need to bring some.
Yeah, you would think so. But
especially at the Tree Arena, boys.
Imagine he didn't have them, then you just have to go up and do it.
Yeah, it's one of them ones. Worst case, I would have figured it out, but
try for the best.
But thankfully, I didn't have to go through that. It was a lot of technicalities, but it was a great experience. Obviously, performing like more of the Afro stuff to like a predominantly Afro oriented crowd. It was an interesting experience. Again, like the feedback after, it was definitely great reassurance for sure. Yeah.
What's your favorite Burna Boy song?
My favorite Burna Boy song, bro. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say, bro. I'm gonna say, and this one is gonna be. I'm gonna say "Innocent Man" from the EP that he did with CFSF or whatever they call it. But yeah, I'm gonna go that one. I'll tell you why though, because every time because every time I talk about how versatile Burna Boy is, and like how he's actually just such a mega talent, like he can do everything and anything. People always like, because they only know like the Afrobeat hits. But like that song is always one of like, no, trust me, Burna can do everything. Listen to this. That type of way. You get me? Because then he's like rapping and then he's doing like the melodies. Burna is cold. But that's my favorite just for those reasons. Just for that reason. Yeah, but if I start talking about Burna Boy's catalog now, that's a long conversation.
It is, bro. Yeah. I was listening to Twice as Tall the other day because I really love that.
I was listening now on the way here,
bro. And have you listened to 23?
Yeah. I haven't listened to it since it came out.
Oh, 23. You can play 23.
Do you want me to give it a go, yeah?
It's just a beautiful song, bro.
It's controversial, I believe. Like, well, not the album, like
the Grammy win.
Like, like people don't think
that deserved it.
They deserve it.
Personally, I don't actually think it's Burna's best.
No, it's not. No, I agree that.
To win a Grammy, it's not just based on merit. There's a lot of things that go behind that.
There's a lot of things.
And it was just his time. Yeah. I thought Wizkid should have won a Grammy for Made in Lagos.
Bro, I'm like I've only gotten to see like my heritage Congolese.
Okay.
So like even our sound is totally different from like Afrobeats.
Yeah.
But like I've only gone into Afrobeats since 2020 actually. Actually, Essence is really got me into it. Like I knew of Burna Boy because I remember in 2017 Kanye dropped Ye. Yeah. And Burna Boy also dropped Ye, the song.
That just came up there, man. Yeah.
So I remember that's when a lot of us got confused. We're looking for the Ye album, but we ended up getting Burna Boy Ye.
Okay. Which is so, do you know that's like he did that as a boy on purpose?
Really?
Yeah. Because it was smart marketing to be like, and everyone was like looking up for Ye, and he found this song, and then that song is one of the biggest songs he's released.
Jesus, man.
That album was a good album though. Outside, and one of my favorite songs, PHCE Vibrations. Because from Port Harcourt, that's like a city in Nigeria, a town, and it's just so interesting. I like when people rep their cities. I like that a lot.
We rep D12 out here.
Shout out to the district, man. Yeah.
This song,
let's try this 23 Burna Boy.
This song's beautiful.
When did this come out then?
Oh no, wait. Yeah, you get
His vocal tone is sick, boy, isn't it? Come on, even the way they put the reverb on it and all, it's just something's working there, boys. Yeah. I'll be honest now. I'm not super familiar with Burna Boy. Just now, you know that track "Be Honest" with Georgia Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tune that was.
Yeah, cool. That was on the same album. Man.
It's, yo, JL. So we do this thing. Well, I've only done it once. Last episode where I asked our guests to who are you feeling right now in the. I'm about to say the word again, in the scene. Who'd you like that's doing music right now, up and coming, or been a staple or whatever? You like the projection or their trajectory, and try to get them on the show. Who would you like to invite them on the show for us?
I'm always biased to say Chris Cabs.
Yeah.
Chris Cabs, because Chris, I think people know him as a producer, especially through my shit as well. But Chris is an artist. Chris is different. Chris is slept on, underrated. Again, I might bias because I write a lot of his songs, but still, his ear for melody, his delivery, he's just a very musical person.
Sick,
so
man.
I would say Chris for sure. But if we're going other directions, there's a lot of sick people, man. Travis and Els are cold.
Yeah.
Their mixtape was sick.
Yeah.
Courtesy, you mentioned him. He's on my mind now because you mentioned him. The Khaki Kids, they're cold as well.
Kids, man.
Kids, Brick Nasty, cold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to get Brick Nasty.
Cello, obviously, cold. My guy Dendo. Dendo. He performs with me a lot of the time. But as an artist as well, he's cold. Yeah, he performed at the first In the Heat session as well. And that's why we actually started the In the Heat sessions as well. Kind of similar reasoning behind the Vision Lab open mics, you get me? But it's so we can give people a unique experience, because not everyone can do a headline show and book a venue and this and that. But we can get you in a room with 50 people whose their night, like how they review that night, is dependent on how you transmit your energy through your beats and your bars. So it's a unique experience, and I was the first one to experience it. So I know it does what it says on the tin. Like it's intense. People really pay attention to what you're saying, your bars, your flows, your cadence, like everything. So the idea of that is to give people a platform and create a cultural impact in the scene where we can spotlight those real MCs, real rappers, and give them a chance for their lyrics to actually be heard, for their flows to be appreciated, and for their performance, for their showmanship to be honed. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Love it, man. Love hearing that. Yeah, that's
yeah. 100.
Man, you ready for your acapella?
Nah. Nah, but let's just go. Let's go.
Acapella's tough, man.
Go. Someone started off though.
Oh,
Acapella.
Yeah, it started off.
Come on,
I
Dan.
think I'm too behind at this point.
Dan, you're up, bro.
Why
Bro, you're a resident freestyler. I just do ad-libs. I do ad-libs. We all know I just do ad-libs.
I know I get fadey when I get hungry, man, so you...
I have a fulfill bar. I'm saving it,
We'll
though.
do a live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but what?
A fulfill bar, bro. The best in the game.
Sweat down, yeah. Bro, we've been eating today, you know.
Jay.
I haven't eaten since earlier, man. And Dan, you look full of life over there.
bro, I'm here thinking off the top. Trevor.
Dan, how about we throw words out, bro?
Okay, throw.
What if I told you inhale? What did you say?
You told me to inhale.
Yeah.
Exhale.
Okay. Ooh, inhale. You told me to inhale. I was born, I never fail. Everybody knows that I'm here to tell a tale. I'm flying so high, I feel like the man is so easy. I do this thing, I'm always there. I'm forever like Sea Breezy.
Okay.
I'm trying to be the man. I'm trying to make money, trying to make stacks. Everybody knows I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make more racks. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I might take it back. I'm going to pass it to JYellowL and see what he thinks about that.
Okay.
Nice, Dan. Good one.
Boys, that's hard.
It is hard, man, but this is what it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but we're going bar for bar. We're going bar for bar.
Run it.
My drive got me that German whip outside. Car for car. Bending flows. Avatar. I'm the hardest yet after all. If this was UFC pound for pound, JYellowL the champion. Number one. Hold on, I'm not done. Hey, hold on, listen, I'm in my flow right now. Jay might be light skinned, but still dark like charcoal. Jay's got more bars than barcodes. Got more lines than narcos.
But Jay like fighting, so please don't test him. He can hit you with that left, right, jab, right, left, no wrestling. No question. Fair fights, no questions. But my bros might hop in because they're overprotective. Hey, where we going with it? Hey, where we going with it? I'm trying to think of a bar. Where we going with it? I've got one. I've got one. Hey. Girl them want to move like Garda around Jay. They want to cuff and arrest him. No question. Some of them might get him. No flexing. Okay. Jay way too devilish, but still God blessed him. Jay's got stock like Merrill Lynch. That's why they're all invested. I'm done.
That's a line. Like,
Bro, is this recorded yet?
How do you know?
No, because I'm gonna have to rise over that.
Is it going,
Bro, that was like a stream of consciousness there. We're all just like, we're just like,
But it's like
That's
poetry.
That's
That's
like
like
beat.
poetry.
You listen more when there's no beat. Like us, you're probably sucked in, but when there's beat playing, you kind of listen to the beat.
100%.
That's a good point, yeah.
The acapella is also because then you get like, you can think, you can think.
clarity, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, bro.
That's online with poetry, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's actually very much online with just like them poets who get up and they just say thing, and it's like, that's
Yeah.
mad.
Thinking on the spot.
JYellowL
Coming
was
up with punchlines on the spot. That's crazy.
And man, you came with some very good ones. I feel like if that was any of us, we'd be sitting there going,
You can say it, but that's not me.
But you know how I cheat though? Do you know what I do? Like when I'm thinking, instead of like letting you know I'm thinking with the I'm like, alright, let's go. What next? I'm good. Like that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
it's sharp.
Bro,
That's impressive,
freestyle is
man.
hard, man. Fair play to
it
them
is.
guys who are pro freestylers.
Nah, really though.
Crazy.
I don't know how people do it, man.
But what about you? He's not good.
Huh?
You know,
I make. I feel you.
What'd
You
say?
can.
You want me to have that?
I don't but like humbly.
I can't compete with that, bro.
No.
You actually have a mind as well for it.
Yeah,
What,
you
for
do.
freestyling off the top?
Yeah.
The only time I can freestyle is if I don't think of it. Once I start thinking about it, it goes really badly. Yeah, like when I'm unconscious, like driving home or something. Yeah, grand. Great bars. Forget them all then. But then when you
bro, that's why you need voice memos, bro. You have
Voice memos save lives,
Bro,
bro. They
voice
save
memos.
lives.
Bro, I have like 2,000 voice memos. Oh shit, like.
Do you go back and listen to them though?
What gigabyte is that phone, bro?
Oh, no, I always. That's why I delete all my pictures. But I prioritize my voice memos over pictures and like memories because I'm like, this might make me rich one day. This picture ain't doing shit for me.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
That was
voice
tough.
memos.
That was hard.
Actually, something came to me there, right? I just want to bring it up real quick.
Freestyle?
No. Nah.
No.
Mademoiselle, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about Chris Cabs. He's in that track, right?
He's in that track,
Bro,
yes.
right? Because it's just, man, this just came to me there. I remember seeing this a while ago. There was this girl I was in school with, right? She was like, I think the year or two above. She's cool, man. I didn't really know her, but like, I followed her on Twitter and she used to actually put up gas tweets for us. It's very funny. But she had one thing up and she goes, oh man, got the fright. She's like, got the fright of my life. She goes, I seen it. You know what I'm going to say, right? She goes, I seen a young fella in a coffin going around that Pimlico, I think.
Yeah.
I seen a guy going around in a hearse at Pimlico. She goes, got the fright of my life. I thought it was a dead body. Apparently it was just some bloke shooting a music video. It was him, boys. I came out like way later and I just saw like the video. You're in like a hearse.
Yeah, that shit went viral on TikTok.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll show you. No, I want to show you like the kids' reactions. It was crazy. Because first when I was going through in the hearse and everything, and like people were just looking like that type
That's
bro,
crazy.
the kids, man, they were so confused. They were chasing me down. They were like, no way. Oh god! I
Thought the Undertaker was going to shoot Pimlico, right?
Honestly, they didn't know what was going on.
That's crazy.
Were you in a coffin?
Yeah. Look, the kids. I was in the hearse. Yeah, look. Wait.
Actually, I'll put my hands.
I put the Stranger Things music and everything. It was so fitting. The kids were so confused. Look at that guy's face. What the hell is going on?
Oh,
bro, nah.
that is hilarious.
Quality. Quality.
Bro, but listen, is there a song you'd like to? You're gonna end it on this track. Is there a song you want to play to end the night?
I feel like do you have an airdrop there? Let me give you like an exclusive.
Oh, we get the exclusives on bar for bar, man.
Oh,
Bro, let's do it.
nice to run it. Yeah, it's actually, it better be on mixed. Take that thing off contacts, bro. It better be on.
What's coming up there, bro?
1 sec. I'm trying to decide which one to send. I'll send you the outro.
Sick, man.
I love an intro, man.
Oh, let's do it, bro.
Outro's
On there.
Should be on, bro, yeah?
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yes, indeed, I'm up in this Sierras. Let them see I'm walking with purpose. Let me see I'm not interference. When I take one bad step, I never let it deter me. Yes, it can cause my stress, but I never let it deter me. When I'm headed, what I've been learning. Share my bread, I'm not gonna burn it. Get quick to jump in my business. Wish I could turn these frogs into Kermit. These Egypts doing the bare minimum. Carrying the gun, these lot wearing them on. Clearing the sun, this is not fair. When you're comparing them on, these are fairies. I'm like Merlin amongst. They go weird when I compare with the ones that compose very repetitive songs. I've never heard cold in the summer, it's got more flows, it's like beer minutes. Off the top of your heads, it's cap as always. Rappers lawless, no code of conduct like back in college. Remember the days we always like he did that. Not speaking facts, man, I swear you're speaking hyperbolic. It's tribalics, growing in size inside of Dublin. But I know it's the lies inside the public. Yo, I cannot be like them, it's I know they wanna be like me. That's why they wanna pre like 10, cause I'm who they wanna be like me. Yo, they cannot be my friends, they only come through for the VIP. They spam cause they didn't realize then how big I be. Bitch, if you don't love me, I don't love me then. I don't want just one, I want your hugs, I don't need fake love. You can run me out of conversation. If you don't love me, I don't love me then. If you don't love me, I don't love me then. When my money make up, I don't want just one, I want your hugs, I don't need fake love. You can run me out of conversation. If you don't love me, I don't love me then. I make my own opportunities, nobody knows what to do with me. Either too woke or I'm too late. Yeah. If you ain't got one M on your own tune, then I don't wanna hear no chat about streaming.
Let's listen to that. Pause it. I don't want to pause. No, but we're gonna play the whole outro. People gonna have to play it. Listen, let them just get the project, bro. That's a Stormzy thing, innit? Yeah.
Bro, plug it again. Shades of Yellow.
Bro, Shades of Yellow EP coming out on the 28th of April. JYellowL. And this one is for everyone that feels like they're multifaceted and feels like they can do multiple things. Like he said, doing the drill better than the drill rappers. Because I like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you listen to that, stream that, enjoy it, and most importantly, celebrate the different shades of whatever color you represent. You get me? Let's go.
Yeah,
Absolute pleasure, bro. Absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Man, guys, follow JYellowL if you don't already. Subscribe to Culture Shop, bar for bar. Boom.
See you out later. Peace out.
Man, that was unreal, bro. That was it. Man, yeah.